Hello YouTube, how y'all doing on Taco Tuesday day? We will be talking about the Taco Man on Taco Tuesday. We got a lot to cover. There's a lot going on from alligator Alcatraz to the Epstein Files. That's something Donald Trump is not going to be able to run away from, although he got upset with a news reporter for asking about the Epstein Files. Well, Donnie, you're going to be upset with the whole USA because we still want to know who was on that list. And it's quite fragile to you when you're asked, what about the Epstein Files? Where's the list? Pam Bundy told the American people that the list was on her desk. Now Pam Bundy is saying there's no list. Why, Donnie? What is your cabinet hiding for you, Donald J. Trump? What is it to hide, Donnie boy? You been a bad boy, Donnie. So you right along with Diddy. Bad boy for life. Y'all, we will be covering so much. Hit that like button as you're coming in. Also, if you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats. And in my description is my Venmo and my PayPal link. So if you want to donate to my channel, sponsor me, give me a gift, those are the ways that you can do it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to delay. Hello, King Alan. How you doing? I will not be delaying this because I have something to do in just a little while. So I need to go ahead and get started so I can give y'all all of the goods I have collected and researched. One moment, please. Hit the like button as you all are coming in. Thank you. So first, we're going to start off like introducing you to Donald Trump and his immigrant wife. And then we're going to get on over to the Epstein Files eventually, okay?
Felon married to an immigrant is telling us that the problem is immigrants and felons. A felon married to an immigrant is telling us that the problem is immigrants and felons. A felon married...
That is funny. That is so funny. He's telling us, and they are having ICE arrest immigrants. He's married to an immigrant, and he is the felon. The biggest felon in the USA. Like that song says, the biggest, the baddest. Donald Trump is the biggest felon. Yes.
You guys just a little bit of history, because the term alligator Alcatraz is reminiscent of something that is also a piece of Florida history that's actually pretty repulsive. And it is the term gator bait. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term gator bait. The term gator bait was born in Florida, and it came from the time during enslavement when enslavers in the state of Florida used to use enslaved men, women, but especially children, including infants, and put them in the Everglades and put them out so that they could use them to attract alligators, to catch alligators. And the term gator bait comes from a very real thing, the use of live enslaved children, babies, toddlers, to try to attract alligators because they knew they'd come and try to eat them. And they would use these babies as bait. And so the term gator bait actually has a really ugly, nasty history. And when you use terms like alligator Alcatraz and you literally locate that
hello, Cherise Brewster. How you doing, Queen?
Environmental hazard, a human hazard, and a human moral catastrophe. It has resonance if you know anything about American history. I want to give you guys just a little bit of history because
I'm gonna let it play again.
Alcatraz is reminiscent of something that is also a piece of Florida history that's actually pretty repulsive, and it is the term gator bait. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term gator bait. The term gator bait was born in Florida, and it came from the time during enslavement when enslavers in the state of Florida used to use enslaved men, women, but especially children, including infants, and put them in the Everglades and put them out so that they could use them to attract alligators, to catch alligators. And the term gator bait comes from a very real thing, the use of live enslaved children, babies, toddlers, to try to attract alligators because they knew they'd come and try to eat them. And they would use these babies as bait. And so the term gator bait actually has a really ugly, nasty history. And when you use terms like alligator Alcatraz and you literally locate that concentration camp in the Everglades, where again, it's an environmental hazard, a human hazard, and a human moral catastrophe, it has resonance if you know anything about American history. I want to give you guys just a little bit of history because
that is big history because most of us black people already knew about this. And what Donald Trump is pretty much trying to tell black people, he's trying to send us back to slavery. Why would you take something that's so painful for black people in their history and you use it on other people who are our brown people? Donald Trump and his cabinet are cruel, racist people. They are the cruelest people that I ever known of. Bundy, all of them. Cash Patel, all of them are cruel people. Christy Noem, the one that had her face done. Y'all are the worst people. You are nowhere near Jesus Christ, so stop fronting and using the Bible, and you don't even know the Bible verses.
Out the popcorn because Elon Musk has responded to Trump in a late night tweet rampage, and all signs are pointing that he is going to go scorched earth on Trump and his administration and the Republican Party. For those who haven't heard yet, last night on Sunday night on a weekend, Trump's DOJ and FBI announced that there were no Epstein client lists, that he did not blackmail high-profile people, and that he did indeed commit suicide in his jail cell at a maximum security prison facility where he was under suicide watch. Yeah. Trump also posted on Truth Social yesterday saying Elon was a complete train wreck. Elon started off by posting this that pretty much sums it all up. Then there was this one. And then he reposted and replied to other posts about this, including this one. If the entire government is protecting pedophiles, it has officially become the government against the people. I hope you all understand that. Then
We
there's
understand.
this, one of the last ones he's responded to, saying, this is the final straw. Elon has maybe finally had enough. Now that Elon has gone through his full FAFO moment after being discarded by Trump and going through the same experience everyone else has gone through after leaving Trump's orbit, he is actually going to maybe take some action. And he's the guy that Trump probably didn't want to piss off this much. But then again, none of us know what sort of dirty deals they did. The feud appears to be ramping up again, full steam ahead. Let me know what you guys want from Elon Musk. What do you think he should do? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, spread the word, follow, and I'll see you back.
Those of you just coming in, thank you for coming to my live. I want to tell you guys how I am thankful and I'm grateful to have you on my live. Please hit that like button as you are coming in. Today's main topic and subject would be the Epstein Files. I will show y'all other videos as well, but we're going to focus on the Epstein Files that they keep trying to make us think they never exist, that the list never exists. But Bundy said it from her thin paper lips that there's an Epstein list on my desk. Now, because her boss, allegedly, he is on that list, she's trying to convince the American people there is no list. Well, we can't be fooled. Can you all be fooled? Because I can't be fooled. I just can't be fooled by Bundy, nor Donald Trump and his pissy depends. Hit that like button, please. So top House Democrats demand release of the Epstein Files that mentions Trump. And this is from Republicans, again, against Trump. House Judicial Ranking Member Jamie Raskin and 15 other Democrats have sent a letter to Attorney General Pam Bundy demanding the DOJ release documents related to Epstein and accusing her of withholding files to protect Trump from damaging revelations. This administration has repeatedly claimed that Donald Trump is the most transparent and accessible person in the Oval Office in American history. So far, the DOJ has not only failed to live up to the promise, but have also consistently hiding from the American public materials and information that may be damaging to Donald Trump, the letter said. That's what they sent to the White House because they are demanding the Epstein Files. The Democrats are part of Congress, senators as well. So what make you think you have every right to do what you're doing, Donald Trump? I can't wait till you fail God, destroy this nation if you have to. I can't wait till Donald Trump fails, because he is a demonic spirit that's just spewing, and his bad odor and his spirit is just all over America like Hitler.
Guys, oh my God, watch this.
We are the third world country with the illusion of freedom. If you
We
are
are.
in America, this statement right here is on
Chris, stop
point.
smoking crack.
We are the third
Trump
world
has a
country
very low
with
approval
the
rate.
illusion
Stay off that crack
of
pipe.
freedom. Freedom of speech? I think not. Freedom of anything? I think not. Why? On these platforms, social media, anywhere, you are free, but you are not free. How can other countries with less money than America have cleaner, safer, better countries or better living standards than us?
Free health care. No
So-
poisonous foods.
In the comment section, you let me know. Are we really the third world country with the illusion of freedom?
Yes, we are. Y'all love to say like Mexico is a third world country. Well, honey, living life under Trump, what do you think is happening? Concentration camps. Having immigrants deported from a country into a country they're not even from. People right now from Cuba are being deported to other countries, and they're not from there. They're from Cuba. Cuba. Makes sense. Melania Trump is not somebody that was actually born here. She is an immigrant. She needs to be deported.
Blurb update today on Epstein. It was showing a photo of him at Disney. He's sitting down at the table. Piglet's behind him. It's him and another guy sitting down, and this guy is holding this girl, like by her arms like this. That same girl is in another photo with Epstein. They're on the plane. She's like she's sleeping. She's laying down, and he's holding her like this. Then, come to find out, Disney sent kids to his island for snorkeling trips for like 9 years.
Snorkeling.
And their cruise ships made stops at his island all the time. It's a little blurb update today.
Remember, Donald Trump said he doesn't know Epstein. I'm going to refresh your memory every day if I have to. Donald Trump is the fat, compulsive liar that walks around daily in a pissy depends. You don't know Epstein, Donald Trump? The devil is a lie. One moment.
That major breaking news right now. Elon Musk just said that Donald Trump is in the Epstein Files, and that's why they haven't been released to the public yet. This feud is getting crazy. In a new tweet, Elon Musk writes, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein Files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT." This was tweeted literally 2 minutes ago. I'm on a run sweating, and this is what we're dealing with, and it comes after Donald Trump threatened to cancel all of Elon Musk's government contracts. Elon Musk has been saying that Donald Trump is going to die before him. This is the messiest breakup I think I've ever seen. And now I want to see the Epstein Files. Is Donald Trump in the Epstein Files? Is Elon Musk right? What do these Epstein Files say? And why hasn't Pam Bondi, the Attorney General of the United States, released the Epstein Files yet? The public deserves answers, and it deserves answers now. Spread the word. I'll do a full breakdown on my Substack, linked in bio, so subscribe for free and follow along for all the news you need to know about, folks. This is getting...
Everything I show you is fair use, educational purpose, and great for research and great entertainment. I'm here to entertain your minds, your thoughts, give you the facts so you can understand and come off under the spell of Donald Trump's pissy depends. This is what Elon Musk posted on X. I'm going to read it to you. He said, this is the final straw. He keep trying to tell Donald Trump, you keep messing with me, I'm about to spill everything about you and Epstein. Well, Elon Musk, do us a favor and tell us what's going on. So, tech billionaire Elon Musk launched into a meme-based social media tyrant over the Justice Department's report concluding that notorious sex predator Jeffrey Epstein's much-hyped client list does not actually exist. Okay, Epstein said, you keep, Elon said, keep playing in my face. Keep playing in American people's face because I'm going to put it all out there, Donnie. Hold on. We're going to go on over to a YouTube video right quick, okay? About good old Epstein and Trump.
On giving MAGA a headache because everything that they believed about their dear leaders is crumbling right now. Not just Donald Trump, but Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, everyone who lied to them about this Epstein scandal, which Elon Musk, in a breaking post, just dropped another bombshell about that is completely rocking the Trump White House. And we, of course, are going to get into it all. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video. And if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting the work that we're doing on this channel. Now, before we can get into that post from Elon, we need to start with a bit of important context on why he made it in this moment. And that all starts with a breakdown from Rachel Maddow right here.
Jeffrey Epstein client list. She said that she had it in her possession on her desk.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients?
Listen.
Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing.
Oh, yes, it was a directive of the president. The Epstein client list is sitting on my desk right now. Says Donald Trump's hand-picked attorney general. New statement today from her department, the U.S. Department of Justice. Says there is no Epstein client list. A systematic review revealed no incriminating client list.
And MAGA will believe them because they're simple-minded.
These guys have been hyping the whole Epstein conspiracy theory for years. I mean, this is the guy who Donald Trump appointed to be deputy director of the FBI.
I already told you the Epstein story. Let's just say a friend who knows about something, if you've heard the story, was on the plane with Clinton with the Epstein thing, and he said, I'm out of here, Daddy-o. I told that story quite a few times, so I know a lot about this story. There are a lot of people who know old Jeff. A lot of people. So it's kind of weird, like this client list is about to come out. Everybody got quiet all of a sudden.
I know a lot about this story. Says the podcaster who Trump named to be deputy director of the FBI. Now today,
hit the like button, please.
FBI,
Thank you.
Today, according to the FBI and the Justice Department, there is nothing at all to this Jeffrey Epstein story. Please stop talking about it. There will be no further information released. Client list, what client list? We will not be talking about this anymore. There will be no further information. You should stop talking about this, except maybe.
MAGA has been selling us this lie, this conspiracy around Epstein for so long, and it's because they think that they are more than welcome. They are totally fine to play political games with the lives that have been lost, stolen, and broken by an insidious, evil criminal in Jeffrey Epstein. And it's because they work for a man who is happy to ruin lives and is himself an insidious criminal without empathy or care for anyone else in the world and Donald Trump. And it's not just that Trump is, but he surrounds himself with people like that. Empathy, care, these are things that are degraded, that are looked down upon in MAGA, and we can see that in Donald Trump's top advisors. One that Elon has spent a lot of time going to war with, and that's Steve Bannon, who is integral to the shocking claim Elon just made. So before we get into it, we need to see a little bit of their background. Musk calls Bannon a fat, drunken slob and said he should be arrested as their feud rages on. Bannon and Musk have had a bitter rivalry since the tech billionaire secured a spot in Trump's orbit. Elon Musk and Steve Bannon escalated their feud over the 4th of July holiday, exchanging fiery insults over their respective platforms. On Bannon's podcast War Room, the former Trump advisor raged against Musk for polling his ex-followers about starting a new political party, which he did in the United States, saying Musk was being disingenuous and should be deported. Bannon said only a foreigner could do this. Bannon also said, think about it. He's got up on Twitter right now a poll starting an America party, a non-American party, an American party. No, brother, you're not an American. You're a South African. If we take enough time and prove the facts of that, you should be deported, Bannon said. So Elon and Bannon have been throwing jabs, and of course, Steve Bannon is one of Donald Trump's closest advisors, and it just goes to show that this is a very petty personal fight that Elon is engaging with, of course, with Trump and the rest of Trump world, and it's the reason why he just dropped the latest Epstein bombshell, which is about Steve Bannon, but gives us important context on what's to come. Breaking news. Midas Touch reports Elon Musk says Steve Bannon is in the Epstein Files, and we see Elon responding to Roger Stone on Twitter, writing Bannon is in the Epstein Files. This is the second time that Elon Musk has made a claim about someone being in the Epstein Files. Steve Bannon is the latest person for...
See, the thing is, birds of a feather flock together. You best believe anybody that affiliates with Donald Trump, they probably in the Epstein Files too. Birds of a feather flock together. Nasty boys. So Elon Musk calls on MAGA to abandon Trump over the Epstein Files cover-up. It's definitely a cover-up. So both sides of the political spectrum are asking new questions about Trump's involvement with Epstein. And I'm going to show you something that Elon Musk has said. He said, how can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein Files? This is Elon Musk's thoughts. I'm going to read you a couple more of his thoughts and we're going to move on. He also says Bannon is in the Epstein Files. And I can believe it. Nasty freaks. Twisted freaks. One moment. Just a moment, you guys.
I never saw any evidence of Trump involved in any of the stuff that came out. It was all fake. The fake Jane Does, all the crap. You know, E. Jean Carroll, the crazy leftist cat lady, all of it. So now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has...
It's a cover-up.
...become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office. I'm going to go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically going to puke probably right now. And, you know, I just really need the Trump administration to succeed and to save this country. And they're doing so much good.
Child, please.
And then for them to do something like this tears my guts up. I never saw any evidence of Trump involved in any of the stuff that came out. It was all fake. The fake Jane Does, all the crap. You know, E. Jean Carroll, the crazy leftist cat lady, all of it. So now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean,
MAGA waking up slowly, y'all. MAGA is slowly waking up. Not that they're breathing or anything, but they're waking up. They're feeling the disgust that we are feeling.
Systematic review revealed no incriminating client list. So what happened to the Epstein
Hit the like button, please. Thank you.
Said she had on her desk.
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your
Thank
network
you.
on Fox
I've
News.
got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper
They
in
lie
relation
so
to
much.
Jeffrey Epstein's crimes.
This systematic review revealed no...
The entire Trump cabinet is compulsive liars. There's no other way for me to put it. I'm not going to do much more talking. I'm just going to keep showing y'all the proof. because I don't have much time today, but the entire Donald Trump's cabinet are compulsive liars. And this right here is just disgusting because they're trying to take America back to slavery. This has to be sickening. Just listen to it.
I can't underscore enough. There will be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way.
Listen.
And we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people, able-bodied adults on Medicaid, we should be able to do that fairly quickly. Thank you.
So what they doing, the people they deporting, they saying they're going to take you Medicare recipients. I'm going to read to you what it says from Carrier News. Trump's agriculture secretary implies that farmers who are deported will be replaced with Medicaid recipients. This is sickening. I'm going to play it again.
I can't underscore enough. There will be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way, and we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people, able-bodied adults on Medicaid, we should be able to do that fairly quickly. Thank you.
Well, MAGA, a vast majority of y'all are in the red states, and that's who get the most Medicaid, the most free assistance. You're going to be out in them fields, baby. And if there are any black or brown people, just get off Medicaid, because you ain't going to want to be out in them fields if you're not used to being in the fields. See, I grew up as a child, climbing trees, picking fruit, because I was that girl. So I'm tough. That's what made me tough. But you won't get me out there now. See, that was because that was for my home, my dad's home, for us to eat. We had our own big gardens and everything, knew how to farm, because that was what I grew up doing. I wouldn't want to do it now. So they're pretty much saying they're going to put you people out there with Medicaid out there in those fields. White people, y'all can't take the sun because the sun don't like you. You better go pray.
I just saw somebody say Trump is passing everything but away, and that's fucking...
I'm counting the days too.
When is it gonna fucking happen? I just saw somebody say Trump is passing everything but away, and that's fucking... Oh my God, when is it gonna fucking happen? I just saw somebody
every day, girl. I wake up and I'm like, okay, is he dead yet? Damn. So they have put out this new billboard. It's an anti-Trump billboard, and it goes up on Grant Avenue, y'all. Look at this billboard. They need to play that song, The Biggest, The Baddest. Not he the baddest. He's the baddest who ever been in office. And not in a good way, because when black people use baddest, that means something good. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand the black culture, but you're still from the black culture. But I'm going to show you the billboard. This is in Phoenix, Arizona. Look at him. Just look at the fat slob on the billboard. This has been put up. The new anti-Trump billboard. That's Blubber Boy. Blubber Boy.
Big news right now. Donald Trump just freaked out at a reporter who asked Attorney General Pam
Listen,
Bondi
y'all.
a question about Jeffrey Epstein and why there was a minute missing in the Epstein video release. Trump goes, "Are you still talking about Epstein? This guy has been talked about for years. Are people still talking about this creep? I can't believe you're asking a question about Epstein." If you watch the full video, it's pretty evident that Trump is nervous or sounds scared about Jeffrey Epstein and questions being asked about Epstein. And this comes as his administration is under significant heat right now for, number one, not releasing the full Epstein video. There is a minute that's been deleted or just not released. And number two, now saying that Epstein didn't have a client list, despite Elon Musk saying that Trump was on the client list, and despite jdvance and others all saying that Epstein had a client list in the years past. Trump seemingly wants the media to move on from this Epstein conversation. I don't think it will. Spread the word so more people know. Subscribe to my Substack.
Trump is the goat of the fat farm. Somebody said Trump is the goat. What did the goat of a fat farm? The man that run around here wearing a girdle, and I don't even wear a girdle, and I'm a female. Have you ever noticed when he out golfing, he's wide like a grandmother with 5 booty dudes, and then when he wear his suits, he wear a girdle? Your body don't transform like that. He's old as Methuselah. Keep it real. That man is fat. He's a big fat goat of being a snake. Snake in America. So in this video, you get to see Trump in his new hairpiece and his pissy pins, which he's being so rude to the journal, the reporter, you'll see. And his behind itches when you ask him about Epstein. That every time somebody asks him about Epstein, his behind start itching. He has a diaper rash. The big baby.
Memo and released yesterday with Jeffrey Epstein. It left some lingering mysteries.
Listen, Linda, listen.
One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary who was Miami.
He gonna get mad at them for asking questions.
Alex Costa, he allegedly said that.
What you got to hide, Danny boy?
So could you resolve whether or not he did, and also could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape?
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things.
And you haven't even went to Texas, pissy depends.
This guy, this creep, that is unbelievable.
He called Epstein a creep, but that creep was your best friend. Yeah, Donnie, you hung out with him. It has been alleged you hung out with him with young girls, and you have a record of S.A., boo. Mr. Pissy Depends that has a diaper rash. You have a record of S.A. Taco Man on Taco Tuesday. Stop playing in our face. I'm going to play this again. Because Donnie is mad. The man with the diaper rash is mad because they questioning him. That's how you know he's guilty. Because if you're not guilty, you wouldn't be mad when people bring up Epstein. Donnie.
Memo and released yesterday with Jeffrey Epstein. It left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is.
Listen, Linda, listen.
A American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did, and also could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape?
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for 1 second?
Oh, he mad. His booty itching, y'all. Diaper rash.
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Donnie has a diaper rash.
Unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas.
But he hasn't even been to Texas. He deflecting. The pissy depends with a diaper rash deflecting.
It left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for a American or foreign intelligence agency. The former labor secretary who was Miami U.S. Attorney Alex Costa, he allegedly said that he did work for an intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did, and also could you say why?
Look at him get mad. Look at the pissy depends getting mad.
Yeah, sure. If I
Could I just interrupt for 1 second?
When I tell you this man is disgusting on so many levels, I can smell him through my iPad. His diaper rash. See, when you mention Epstein, he's itching back there, y'all. He got pinworms. Epstein name, he got pinworms. Every time you mention Epstein name, that diaper rash is tearing him up. Or had he been getting his booty do knocked? Somebody knocking the boots with you done in your booty do? Okay.
So a lot of members of this MAGA movement are still running around searching for answers regarding what has transpired with this so-called no list. And again, I started back in 2020. I was like, that thing is not seeing the light of day, in particular because of the man that was in charge. To move forward, I've been saying it since he's back in power. I was like, oh, he'll release the JFK and the MLK. He is not releasing that list if such a list ever existed. Why? Because he's on it. Let me say that again. He is on it. Why would you ever trust someone to investigate themselves? Come on now. Y'all know the answer. Y'all are running around trying to search for answers as to why a minute is missing off of this footage at this facility where he was being kept before the inevitable happened. But the truth is because You know why. You just refuse to acknowledge what the truth is. Instead, you want to put it on the Obamas, the Clintons, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson. You want to put it everywhere but where the blame actually belongs. And now that the young lady Virginia has expired, if you will, I don't know of any other person that had been more vocal about what happened to them than her. Take a look. Every time he is in charge, something happens to the people that can implicate
Yep.
him. I don't know how much more do we have to tell you or show you about who he is. But for some reason, rather than acknowledge that, okay, y'all might be right, y'all want to say things like, well, the Democrats too. So if you have to say the word too, then you acknowledge that this guy that you all love and support has some major flaws and potential criminal behavior. Same man that is running around here taking care of all of the criminal activity that he believes are happening from people that are undocumented. Makes sense.
Make it make sense, MAGA. He's married to an immigrant. He want to get rid of immigrants. He said he want to get rid of the criminals. He is a criminal. 34-count felon. Bye. Deport yourself, Donnie. I'm sick of smelling you.
Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
Look at his eyes. You'll be dizzy.
Of videos.
You'll be dizzy from his eyes.
With children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going.
Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
Tens of thousands of videos.
Listen, MAGA.
Of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going.
Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
Tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going.
Again.
Now what? Now watch MAGA say it's AI. It's not AI. That's Bundy moving her paper thin lips with her bad bleach blonde body. It's not AI. It's Bundy with the paper thin lips telling the truth for once. Then today and yesterday and beyond, she lies.
It's pretty hilarious to see these MAGA bootlickers turn on Donald Trump. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, the Proud Boys, Joe Rogan, all jumping ship like the rats they are. And let's not forget Elon Musk. Let me ask you all something. Did you really think Trump was going to put America first? You hitched your wagon to one of the greatest.
Thank you. I'm going to read it in one moment. Thank you.
Trump is a sociopathic narcissist who's cared about nothing but himself, his money, and his ego. And now I see all these people crying because they finally figured out they got played. No sympathy here. You got grifted, plain and simple. Trump has always been a fraud. He's a serial liar, a failed businessman, and a sexual predator. The man was a longtime friend of Jeffrey Epstein. This is a man for decades who has scammed workers and destroyed countless lives. Tens of thousands of losers out there wearing his red hat as a badge of honor, treating him as if he's some kind of savior. These people built him up like he was Moses coming down from the mountains. But now that the empire's crumbling, you want to jump ship and rebrand. I don't think so. You don't get to pretend like you were misled or that you were duped because he's doing Israel's bidding and he got us into another military conflict, or that he's deporting hardworking families and people looking for a better life. These people knew exactly what he was, and they backed him anyway. Nah, some of you need to sit down and own it. Y'all helped build this mess. Now you got to live with it. You don't get to jump ship now. You supported the cruelty when it supported your narrative. So no, you don't get to walk away clean. You got played by a con artist. And the worst part is that you loved it until it was you who got played. It's pretty hilarious to see these MAGA...
Yep. Donnie would never change MAGA. He is going to continue to manipulate and use you because you're his puppets. One moment. Okay, let's see. Roz says, thank you for sending me $5. Let's not forget Epstein died. Let's not forget Epstein unalive while he was president. That's true. I personally think he has something to do with it. Yes, yes, yes. In my opinion, I agree. Thank you. I agree with you. Thank you so much, King. Okay, one moment, y'all.
Australia, Canada, Germany, Denmark, France, the UK, and Finland all just issued travel advisory warnings against the United States. They don't think that it's safe for people from their country to travel to this fucking hellhole, and they are absolutely right. Are we great yet? Is it cool when other countries are terrified of having their citizens visit here because they might end up in prison, and maybe they'll get murdered in a U.S. prison like that Canadian did just a couple of weeks ago, which I'm sure everyone's already forgotten about because every day is full of so much terrible news we can't even keep up with it. Donald Trump's America absolutely sucks balls, and any person who says that they really like it right now is the kind of person who enjoys living in terror. There is some number of people who really enjoy authoritarianism, but I have to tell you guys a secret here. Nobody ends up doing great in an authoritarian regime. Exactly. Nobody ends up doing well.
She's right.
This doesn't end.
That queen is right. Nobody. It will not end well for anybody. Trying to convince MAGA of that? That's killing your brain cells trying to convince MAGA.
Personally, I am not religious, but if I were, I'd say this looks a whole lot like one of those biblical messages where God decides he's had enough of y'all's bullshit. On Independence Day, no less. In Trump land, on the Bible Belt, the fake Christian capital of the world. I see you, Kirk County. 76% of y'all went for Trump, and now you're flooded, drowned, unfortunately, and washed away. Tragically, but also ironically, Camp Mystic, where a lot of those children were victims, is a Christian summer camp for girls. But if you read your Bible, you know that God loves a good flood when his people disobey. And he's got a long track record of snatching children's lives when he's trying to prove a point. So maybe MAGA is right. Maybe this isn't climate change at all. Maybe it's a good old-fashioned divine lashing. Maybe this is what happens when you worship false
Hit the like button.
prophets
Thank
like
you.
Trump.
Come on, hit the like
Maybe
button,
this
you
is what
guys.
happens
Thank
when
you.
you follow actual false prophets in mega churches, lying in God's name while they line their pockets. It just really seems like God is pissed off about something. Personally, I am not religious, but if I were, I'd say this look.
God is parting the sea on our ASSs. He's so disappointed in this country, and it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's not.
Keep hearing MAGA Christians say that God put Trump in place and that we are to be respectful of that decision. But there was a time in the Bible where God allowed a king to come about even though he didn't want him. But the people begged for a king, and God gave them a warning. This king will take your sons for war. He will take your daughters for labor. He He will tax your lands and your goods, and ultimately he will oppress you. It didn't matter. They wanted him anyway. So God gave them Saul. Now Saul looked the part. He was tall. He had a commanding presence. He was full of bravado. But you know what else? He was obsessed with his image. He was prone to emotional outbursts. He was insecure about his leadership. And he would blame others for his faults. Does that sound familiar? And God let Saul rise to power, not because he approved, but because the people chose charisma over character, and ultimately regretted their decision because Saul did everything that God warned. So before you say again that God chose Trump, ask yourself, is Trump a Saul or is Trump a King David? Because not every crown is a calling, and not every rise is a blessing. I keep hearing MAGA Christians say that God put Trump in place. And
He definitely is not David. Because right now, Donald Trump is our Goliath. We are David. And Donald Trump is our Goliath. So he will never be David. He's a Saul.
Oh, we have a problem. Yesterday, the DOJ and the FBI announced that after further investigation, they have concluded that Mr. Lolita Express took his own life. They even released almost 11 hours of footage for you at home to watch. But it now turns out that they've clipped 60 seconds from the video. Watch this. Here's the moment that this happens. Viewers tracking the video noticed a clean jump. The footage cuts off at exactly 11:59:00 and then resumes at 12:00:00 with an entire minute missing, and no explanations have been given for the gap. If that's not weird enough, in 2019, this picture was released as the image for his cell door. And it obviously doesn't match the one given in that video. So what were they clipping, and what door is the real door? Either way, with AI and the technology that we have today, you could just do a better job. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below. Uh-oh, we have a
But let Pam Bundy and Trump and everybody else tell y'all, that's AI, baby. MAGA, it's AI. Keep wearing the mark of the beast, my red hat. It's just AI, baby. And you're believing it.
There's no client list, but former Israeli intelligence agent Ari Ben-Menashe came forward years ago and said that Jeffrey Epstein was running a CIA Mossad honeypot with Ghislaine Maxwell doing recruitment for that honeypot. Ghislaine Maxwell's father is Robert Maxwell, a well-known Mossad agent. Robert Maxwell actually purchased Macmillan textbooks back in like the 70s and 80s. He bought other textbook companies as well within America. Robert Maxwell had a business partner named Charles Bronfman, who was the founder of the group called the Mega Group. Mega, not Mega. The Mega Group is a group of Jewish billionaires who push Zionist agendas. Maria Farmer, one of the first known Epstein victims, said that this group was heavily involved in what was going on with the Epstein trafficking. Although, I guess there was no trafficking because there's no client list, guys. There's no list. Co-founder of Victoria's Secret, Les Wexner, actually gave Epstein his $77 million Manhattan house to live in. That's nice of him. I guess the new narrative is that Wexner was the sole client of Epstein. There was no one else involved, and Epstein got all his money from Wexner. Epstein got his job at Bear Stearns in 1970 through Alan Greenberg. You ever heard of that guy? Epstein had a lawyer who's this guy.
Hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button, everybody. Thank you.
He's a massive Zionist as well, actually. Just a coincidence. I guess everyone's forgetting about Zorro Ranch. You know the ranch. Had like 10,000 acres. Prince Andrew used to go there. No big deal. This is literally a test, people. They're seeing how far they can just lie straight to your face. Don't fall for it. Like, ask yourself, how dumb do they think you are? Like, and then maybe ask yourself, are you that dumb? Would be a follow-up question. There is no client list, but former Israeli.
They don't have to think MAGA is dumb. We all know MAGA is dumb. So when I'm on here, I'm talking to my people because MAGA is dumb. I would never be able to change their mind. I don't look forward to it. I wish that Jesus Christ could touch their brain cells and clean their mind. Yeah.
So the DOJ on a Sunday decides that they want to make an end-of-case announcement about the most high-profile pedophile in American history, save for the cover-up of the Catholic Church, and they do it on a Sunday afternoon, just kind of put it out there, and then they say, well, we're never really going to talk about it again. Okay, and what they have to say is nothing. They made an announcement to say, we don't have anything to say, but on this Sunday, we just want to come out and clearly say we don't have anything to say, so we're not going to talk about it anymore.
And they want y'all to stop talking about
6 years ago, a little over a month later, he was found dead. That's not long. When you're talking about a case of that magnitude, it's going to take a long time to come to trial, to go through trial. Looking back, he died very quickly, whatever that means to you.
And guess who was in the Oval Office when it happened?
Now, 6 years later, to come out and be like, yeah, the investigation, well, that was the investigation. It just what they found is what we found. So he was definitely not murdered. We can know what didn't happen somehow. I mean, we're not quite sure what happened to the videotape that we couldn't read or why it was erased, clerical error, why the protocols weren't followed for him. But the point is, we definitely know nothing bad. And also, no blackmail. There was absolutely, he never blackmailed anyone. And no one was really talking about blackmail. I mean, we could all guess or infer it, but nobody was talking about it. But we just want to be clear. After 6 years, we found definitely no blackmail. Can we just kind of be honest? You can't prove not blackmail. You can say we don't have the evidence to prove blackmail, but you can't know what didn't happen. Obviously. In 2006, he was already arrested. You're telling me he wasn't aware after being arrested the first time and getting off very lightly that maybe some people with some influence know and maybe he could influence them? That never crossed his mind in 30 years. You can prove that. He never once suggested to anybody who raped young girls that him knowing for sure they were on his plane could be information he could use. Well, they say we can know that because we don't have a list. Pam Bondi, when she became the Attorney General in February, right after she was appointed, looked into the camera and told us, the American people, as Attorney General, that list was on her desk. So either she lied to the point that she should resign today for flat out lying, because you can't say there's a list if it never existed, or she's lying now. I'm gonna guess that the list that everybody talked about for 6 years probably existed. Otherwise, why would people be talking about it? So the DOJ on a Sunday...
The DOJ, Pam Bundy, is a compulsive liar. That list, in my opinion, it exists. But they think that we are all dumb like MAGA, and we're not.
Concludes Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide and did not find a client list. Y'all gave up aliens before y'all gave up a freak-off list with our politicians and world leaders. Y'all were willing to turn Area 51 into a museum before you find anything about this damn Jeffrey Epstein list. It's starting to feel like the Epstein list is white people's reparations. And what I mean by that is when politicians want to get black people's attention, they talk about reparations. And now I know when they want to get white people's attention, they talk about the Epstein list because you're not getting it. Ain't no way in hell we went through all these people and they protecting this damn list. Cash Patel, and that's the FBI director. Cash Patel's new nickname is Food Stamp Patel because ain't nothing cash about you. And Pam Blondie done been on every news site talking about the Epstein list is on my damn desk right now.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
You just got a blank paper, boo? What you been talking about this whole time if ain't no damn Epstein list? And then we got Ghislaine Maxwell in jail right now for trafficking. So if there's no list, who was she trafficking?
Let her out if there's no list. Release her.
In jail for 20 years? Look, it's at this point, I I just want the government to stop lying. Y'all can hold on to y'all secrets, but don't come on and think we stupid or whatnot. And then the media gonna make it seem like the conspiracy theorists is the crazy people. It's too much going on. There's a conspiracy that says somebody on that list, and that's why we not getting it. Epstein himself said, Buddy's my best friend. How do you know this? The richest man in the planet said that he was on that damn list. The man died or committed suicide when you was president the first time around, and now the investigation died the second time around. Like, brother, at this point, y'all trying to make me believe in conspiracy theories. At this point, that's what I'm trying to tell you with your dumb ass. FBI concludes Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide and did not find a client list. Y'all gave up aliens before y'all gave up a freak-off list with our politicians and world leaders.
Donald Trump and his cabinet are the biggest liars. I've been telling y'all they are compulsive liars. Donald Trump and his wig needs to be put behind bars where he belongs. So Eric Swalwell says that no one has walked. Earth is more... He's talking about Donald Trump. If Trump is not in the files, he would have already sued Elon Musk for saying he is in the files. The absence of Trump's legal action speaks volume. Trump, why are you not suing Elon? Because it's the truth. And the American people, we know the truth. Bundy, we know the truth. How did you get yourself entangled with someone like Donald Trump with 34 felonies and you continue to lie for this criminal, Donald J. Trump?
News right now, the Trump administration is facing increased scrutiny around the Epstein Files release as Pam Bondi and Kash Patel released the video purportedly of Jeffrey Epstein the night that he passed away. But between 11:58.58 and midnight, there's about a 1 minute gap that the video does not have. It's just gone. And according to the New York Times, the Trump administration is acknowledging the lack of evidence here. But it begs the question, where is that 1 minute and what happened during that 1 minute clip? Were the cameras turned off in the prison cell where Epstein was? I don't want to flame any conspiracy theories right now, but I think it's important to know that there's a 1 minute and 2 second missing gap in the video of Epstein on the night of his death. Now, Trump officials say that he committed suicide, but many of these same Trump officials now claiming that previously said the complete opposite. In any event, the public definitely has more questions than they do answers right now. Spread the word. I'll have more soon, so subscribe at the link in my bio to my Substack for more and follow along for all the news you need to know about. We have big news
Subscribe
right now.
to Aaron Partners, and I'm baffled by all of this. Pam Bondi have said numerous times that the Epstein list was on her desk. Now they're telling us it doesn't exist. But we know what does exist. A big fat buffoon that wears an orange face, the clown Donald J. Trump. Apparently, Donnie, you have to be in them files. You must be on that list because I showed y'all the list they have from him traveling to go see Epstein. The travel list. Donald Trump is on it. Donnie, you can run, but you can't hide, baby. Run, run, Rudolph. We see you. We smell you. So right now, MAGA meltdown. And this is Laura Loomer. I'm going to show you. Then I'm going to read it to you. So Miss Laura Loomer, LL Cool J. That's who I call LL Cool J. Laura Loomer. I hope Trump realizes that an effing liar Pam Bondi is. She's useless, covering the pedos and never arresting criminals. Then she would have to arrest Donald Trump, girl. Bondi under siege after DOJ reveals no Epstein client list. And LL is pissed. Well, girl, you asking her to arrest the criminals. She gonna have to arrest the person you've been putting your knee pads on for. Laura? Do you get it? You like the smell of his Depends? Bless your soul, girl. These are more photos of Donnie Boy with Epstein. And he said he didn't know Epstein, and he wants y'all to shut up talking about him. We're not shutting up, Donnie. You know Epstein. He was your best friend, you freak-a-leak. Epstein and Donnie, boy. You know him, Donnie. He has you on recording. Set her free. If the list doesn't exist, why is she behind bars and they have given her 20 years? I don't like the lady. I don't like anybody that take advantage of people. Children especially. Donnie, your days are numbered. Your cabinet ain't going to do anything about you, but God is. Because every day more going to be revealed of you in the Epstein Files. You are numbered, Mr. Pissy Depends. You are numbered, Donnie, the Diaper Rash. One moment, and I'm going to be getting out of here.
From the FBI that Jeffrey Epstein did not have a quote-unquote client list, that he took his own life, essentially debunking a lot of the MAGA conspiracies that they've had for many, many years now. And in the midst of
hit the like button, please. Thank you.
Resurfaced of Jeffrey Epstein himself talking about his close relationship with Donald Trump, calling them good friends for 10 years. So I want to show you this newly resurfaced audio of Epstein.
Thank you. Come on, y'all, hit the like button. Thanks.
Trump. But first and foremost, I do want to show you how Donald
Thank you
Trump
so
is just
much.
under heavy fire from his own side right now. Earlier today on Truth Social, he posted that the FBI, under the direction of Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, is back to the basics, locking up criminals and cleaning up America's streets. So he's praising the FBI after they announced that there is no client list and kind of blew up the largest MAGA conspiracy that they've had for quite some time.
Thank
he said
you.
Politics and corrupt leadership prevented them from doing their job. That's no longer the case, and now they've been unleashed. Make America safe again. And
Thank
people
you.
in his own comment sections are just going at him. This guy saying, with all due respect, if those at the highest levels are not being arrested, we the people have little faith that any of this will matter.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
I think we're being played here, Patriots, and his name is Patriot for Life. He's obviously a fan of Donald Trump, and there are others saying that tell them to release the Epstein information. We don't care if that means everyone in D.C. will be implicated, etc. This guy says that if there is no list, why is she still in jail? The replies are plentiful here of people going,
yes, you have to release her.
No matter how much MAGA pretends, they cannot erase history. They cannot erase photos like this of Donald Trump and Epstein being best friends. And all of these MAGA fans believe that with the release of this supposed list, that all of these Democrats are going to be indicted. They will be implicated in this massive scheme. But if there's anybody that's going to be on that list, it's going to be Donald Trump, the guy who is best friends with Epstein. So let's hear from him himself when he talked about his relationship with Donald Trump in this newly resurfaced clip that the Daily Beast has, where they had an interview with Epstein before he died, obviously. Take a look.
So how do you know this? That was close to straight. So I need the Donald. Just give me Donald.
It's fun. So you probably know he has scalp reduction. Because he had the same male pattern moment that we all have. He had his scalp. Donald's office, as you know, he made that call. He used to be on the phone and said, it's fake PR or something. I also found it funny. I was sitting there listening to the guys from the Post talk, and Donald would say, he's a great guy, I love working with him. And I sit there going, this is just amazing. And he'd say, Michael, come on, let's go to the office. And he'd say, tell me, what's it like to be there? He'd say, do you like having sex? Do you like? How often do you think? He'd say, it's great. Seriously, Michael, how often do we have sex? We don't you want to try? You and I can go upstairs, or tomorrow come over. There's this girl's coming in from Los Angeles, part of the Hawaiian tropic country. So come over to your car. You can have a great time. I promise you, Michael, you know, it's just me and you. You're going to have a great time. Be up here at 3 o'clock. We can go upstairs. The whole time, Victoria's been on the phone. Listening. Setting it up.
A lot of interference at the end there. But my immediate reaction to this is like, it's clear that Jeffrey has a lot of very personal details on Donald Trump. These are a lot of very gross details that I don't think any of us really
subscribe
want to know
to
about.
Harry Sisson on
very personal details like a scalp reduction,
YouTube.
or
Subscribe to his channel.
Donald Trump engaging in certain activities. I mean, this is somebody essentially who's close friends with Donald Trump. You wouldn't know this about a random stranger. You wouldn't know this about somebody you've interacted with, you know, a handful of times. You would know this about somebody who you're close friends with. And that's why even Epstein himself said, I was Trump's closest friend for 10 years. We were great friends. And this clip, and the one I'm about to show you, another one in this interview, really puts things into perspective. Because Donald Trump and the FBI and the DOJ can say that there's no list. And maybe there's not. There's probably not, right? Because so many different FBIs and DOJs have investigated this. But it doesn't change the fact that Donald Trump and Epstein were great buds. They were best friends hanging out. So let's take a look at this next clip where he talked even more personally about his relationship with Trump.
Just tell me about his intelligence.
With respect to real estate deals, he's a salesman who knows real estate really well. Anything else but that, he knows nothing. No history, no strategy. As I started to say about executive function, the executive function is, and it's strange because construction by definition is just that. First you have the foundation, you have the steels going up, what stage? But in terms of his anything but real estate, he can't figure out if I fire Bannon, what happens tomorrow.
So cause and effect, that has no relationship. In analytic intelligence.
No.
Now, what's this thing about that functionally he can't read, or he doesn't read, or?
Listen, y'all.
He certainly can't read a balance sheet, which is funny. I have no idea. He doesn't read. He reads pencil. So he's not functionally illiterate. But his reading comprehension is very complicated.
Now, what's other than he has he has a sense of humor, he can be funny.
Right.
What else recommends him?
Y'all listen, just listen, okay?
His ability to sell.
This is who y'all voted into the Oval Office.
He is able to convince people. It's very much like Clinton. Both Bill and Donald have the ability to go to a fat, ugly woman, say, you are the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So he tells everybody what they want to hear.
And this goes on, right? This interview was extensive. These are just small clips I'm showing you. But all of this is resurfacing right now. And as you can tell again in that clip, Epstein is talking very personally about Donald Trump. As I just mentioned, these are not details that you would have on somebody if you met them a couple of times. These are details that you'd have on somebody who you've known for quite some time, are good friends with. His ability to sell, his personality, his ability to read a balance sheet, personal details about his intimate life, really, really personal things. That's only something you know about somebody you've known for quite some time. So this is scathing in the grand scheme of things. While the FBI and the DOJ is saying there's no list, these videos are resurfacing, and they're becoming a nightmare for Donald Trump. And look, we're talking about it here because MAGA won't. They will never acknowledge these clips. They will never acknowledge the relationship. They won't ever acknowledge photos like this.
but we'll continue to talk about it here. But I just had to show you some of these resurfaced videos that are going viral on social media right now. So listen, I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe.
Please subscribe to his channel, Harry Sisson. It's Sisson. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He is an amazing young man, such a cutie. You won't regret it. Trust me, check him out. So Pam Bondi acknowledged the existence of the Epstein's client list in February. Now Trump's DOJ denies it ever existed and refused to release further Epstein files. So that's where we are right now, America. That's where we are. I don't know what else to tell you. But Elon says time to drop the really big bomb. He at Donald Trump. It's in the Epstein files and is the real reason they have not made public. Have a nice day, DJT. That's what Elon Musk said, y'all. You see what he said? I'm going to read it again. Time to drop the really big boom at Donald J. Trump in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not made them public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Epstein ain't playing, and baby, release the files, Epstein. Please release the files. We're depending on you. America is depending on you. Help us. We need help right now because Donald J. Trump, he is trying to make America into a third world country. Right now, Mexico ain't even considered a third world country. They're outdoing us because President Claudia Sheinbaum cares about her country. President Claudia Sheinbaum has sent people to work in Texas to help with the floods. And what did Donald J. Trump do? He has not even been to Texas. He sent Kristi Noem, who lied to the American people in Texas. Y'all, this is real. Every day, we're going to hit the nail on the head with the hammer. We will not get off of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is bringing this country down, and we're going to keep revealing to you daily what is happening in our country. This is America. This is not Nazi land. This is America. This is not Donald Trump's playground where he still think he's 2 years old running around in his pissy depends with a diaper rash. This is God's country. And because it's God's country, this is our country, the American people. The American people of different colors and different races because that's what God created to be in this country. So if we don't want to see America fall, you too will do what you need to do to get that man out of the Oval Office. I'm going to be on here every day talking about Donald J. Trump because he's hurting the American people. I love you guys and may God continue to bless you all. Bye. Diversity. That's right, Queen Victoria's one. Diversity in America. I love you guys. Bye. Hit the like button.